told you. I told you. I told you. I told all y'all. What did y'all say? What did you say? What did you say? Okay, all right. Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood Jack Split here, and I have got to say, damn. All right, let me just finish this tweet out real quick. Okay, so, Samurai Jack, episode 8. Wow, okay, how do I start this off? I told all y'all motherfuckers. Especially that one dude who just kept saying, ew, that's gross. Okay, first off, it ain't gross to Wolverine. It ain't gross to Inuyasha. It ain't gross to freaking that Twilight vampire. I can't believe I just brought him up into the same vein as Samurai Jack, but I can't believe it. I told ya. I told all y'all niggas. Oh! Okay, so today's Samurai Jack episode, of course there's going to be spoilers in it. And so we start the episode off. I'm just going to give my little review of it like usual, but I just had to get out of the way. And so the beginning starts with this like spaceship thing landing on Earth, and Jack and Ashi are getting to know each other, becoming closer friends, and they are starting to get closer. Starting to get all sorts of close with each other. They're just like, they're having these bonding moments. Like, Jack's like, hey, why don't you try this magical sushi? And then the sushi is just like, she's like, are you sure? And they're having this little chemistry, this bond build between them. And I was just like, this is really interesting to watch. Just seeing these people get this bond together, like, seeing this person who tried to kill him in the first episode, tried to massacre him, and then just try to attack him and stuff like that. And so they freaking, they're just having this nice little thing together, and they start doing the little, I don't know if we're together. I don't know if we should be together or not, whatever. Not like that, but like they're just having these little looks at each other like, oh, I feel awkward around you, I'm blushing around you, and I'm just like, oh, I see where this is going. Then the whole Zootopia like dance squad of that freaking Gazelle character comes up, and they all look like they're these green shirts, and they start wearing these things that say die around them, and they're all surrounding them, and I'm just like, I already know what's gonna happen. All right, these two are gonna get all hyped up, and they're gonna fight each other and have this badass fight. And then it's so funny, like they're having this fight, but since they're starting to get that connection like a man and woman got, they start going like, he does have some pretty nice abdominals. Oh wow, she does have a pretty curvy body. Just like, hormones and stuff like that. My man's finally getting it. And so they are going through this whole episode just being together, and just you see them bonding slowly with each other. Sorry, Quinn just texted me in the middle of this conversation, so I just put that up. And so they all just start going to the communicate. I'm sorry, I'm just so fucking hyped to talk about this episode. They all just start going to places where I'm losing my freaking tongue here. I'm losing my tongue here. I don't know why. I'm just okay. Let me just geek out. Okay, Ashi and Jack. I've been building this up for the last episode. I was just like, when I saw the episode with the thing where she was like, oh, what do you expect a hug and a kiss? I was like, yeah, I do. I do expect a hug and a kiss. I expect it whatsoever. Because, like, when you have two people in this situation, they're just gonna bond. Like, when he didn't kill her, I was like, okay, these two are obviously gonna get together in some way. I just have to wait for it. And then that's always the good thing. Like, are they gonna do it or are they not? Because, like, one thing about me, I just love seeing two badass people just get together like that. Oh my God, I love it. But anyways, they go to this place where there's this beetle monsters and stuff like that, and they're these little beetle leech. They're like leeches, and this leech gets on Ashi's leg, and I knew something was going down because the leech gets on Ashi's leg, and it's like sucking her. I was like, oh my God, it's spreading. So Jack's just like, oh, okay, girl, start sucking it out. Start doing that freaking snake venom. First off, don't ever do that in real life. That'll like damage you in real life if you try to like suck snake venom out. But he starts sucking out the girl's like whatever the leech's poison was, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. And then they meet this leech monster, or they just come across this leech monster because they're in this abandoned prison. They're just looking for God damn. They were looking, I think they're just trying to find ways to defeat Aku or something like that. But I'm sorry, like, I think my brain just needs to process fully from what I just saw. And so they're in this prison, and then, they're having these little banters with each other. Like, Jack's like, Ashi, are you okay? And she's like, be careful when you come down. And since she's a master assassin, she's jumping down like, what are you talking about? I'm just as great a master as you. And then they come across the entire beetle monster, and they're trying to fight this thing, and they're just like fighting it, slashing it, fighting it, and they're trying to just defeat it, but they can't because it's regenerating. The thing keeps regenerating over and over again, so they're like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do. So they go into this compartment room, and they figure out, okay, we need to figure out this part of how to defeat it. Like they read this little instruction, and they need to put these little button combination in to like make it so it doesn't destroy them. And so Jack and Ashi start going after the beast, finding it. And so Ashi's like, okay, I'll hold it off while you try and activate the thing. And then this is the part where Jack is just he's trying to like figure out the thing, but he's just like, oh, please work, it's not working. And so when it doesn't work for him, and she's just like, okay, give it to me. And so she gets it, and then they start putting the stuff in, and this is one of the best parts of the freaking episode. So the bugs, like, first off, I'm not gonna lie, I love him. I think Ashi is a beautiful like character. It's like very attractive the way she's drawn. And the bugs get on her. They rip off all her clothes because these things melt clothes when they're getting on them, and they're just ripping off the clothes. And I was just like, oh, are they actually doing that? And then Jack has this really adorable moment where he's just like, oh my god, you're naked. And she's just like, yeah, Jack, it's okay, but like, hey, take my robe. And he gives her his robe. He gives the robe off his back to her, so that she can cover herself up. And it's like adorable because, you know, it's one of those things. She's like, Jack, you're acting really weird. It's like, weird? I'm not acting weird. You're acting weird. And he's freaking out because this girl, like, he's just like, damn. I think that was the ceiling point. I think that was the ceiling point where he was just like, oh, I just saw, you know, titties and ass and all that stuff. So my brain just can't process this. And so they're fighting. I'm sorry, I keep going off topic because my brain just can't comprehend what just happened. But they go and they're fighting this thing, and they activate the buttons finally. The button combination finally goes through, and they destroy the monster. And, you know, like, while what's happening is, like, the monster's practically about to kill him. It has both of them in his hands. It's got both of them in his hand, and it's, like, choking them both to death. And they're just like, Jack, Ashi, come on, Jack, Ashi. And they both start screaming their asses off because it's being killed. But then they finally get the combination right, and the monster blows up. It dies. And so, you know, there's this whole scene where they're just, like, breathing heavy, like, and then Ashi's breathing, and they're just breathing hard, and it's just like, what's going on here? And then you know what happens. You see her butt naked. She's breathing hard. She's sweating. You're sweating. Boom! This tongue in the. Okay, this is part. I'm just gonna lose it. I'm sorry. I have to lose it. 3, 2, 1. They fucking start making out everywhere. They're just like, this shit was so. I was like, oh my god, I called it, Mike. Right here, you owe me. You freaking owe me. We based a bet on this, motherfucker. You said you would pay me $50 if they got together because you didn't think they would get together, but they did, and I told you. Oh my god, they freaking made out hard too. They were tonguing. They were like, damn girl, oh fuck yeah, girl, and they were just going at it, and what's so funny is they cut the episode off, but they go back to it. She's like rubbing his neck and stuff like that. So yeah, my man Jack, she finally tasted Jack's blades. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I didn't even realize what I just did there, but I'm just this episode. I mean, well, I'll say this about the episode. All right, let me try to tone down my hype brain. Hype aside, the episode was pretty. I mean, nothing happened. It was just like a little fun episode, and the fact that there's only 2 episodes left after this is, you know, it's kind of entertaining. I mean, I guess you had to get Jack and Ashi together somehow. So whatever happens in the next 2 episodes, you know, is either going to be really heartbreaking or really just like, yeah, that's great. But I gotta say, I love this series so far. 8 episodes. 8 episodes I've loved. 8 episodes I've loved. That is like in a row, like continually. That is just great to me. And then they got 2 more episodes left. I am so excited. I love this. I love Samurai Jack. Gendy, thank you so much. Guys, I would honestly rate this. Without my hype brain, I will rate this 4 out of 5 stars because the whole thing, like, it did feel just kind of boring. I like the fact that it was Jack and Ashi, but with my hype brain, I will rate it like 10 out of 5. I don't give a fuck. That was just, I have been building up to this, and seeing those 2 just freaking get together, it was just, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But guys, I have to say, that was a great episode to me. What did y'all think? I'd love to hear. Let's get a discussion going in the comments below. And remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on. Don't forget, Moment Tide, Jack is smashing right now, so I'm proud of my man. And then freaking my boy Kwame Ensland is gonna upload in like he should be uploading like in an hour or something like that, or really soon after this, and I'll leave a link to his thing below. And be sure to watch this on Adult Swim because that's the best way to watch it. But yeah, I can't believe that actually happened. Oh my freaking god, that was great. It was that was worth it, and I'm getting paid.